Hi, welcome to the world of the Health Begins with Mom. My name is Dorit Palvanov, and I wanted to shoot this video, introduce myself, tell you a little bit of my story, and welcome you to my world. My story begins about 8 years ago when I firstly became a mom. My first daughter was a beautiful, healthy baby, and everything was sort of normal as expected for the first year. But then everything started to become a little bit more complicated when we decided to put her in daycare. We decided to put her in daycare when she turned 12 months, and after that, she basically got sick and was sick all the time. And I remember the stress and the amount of anxiety I was experiencing as a new mom. Um, I felt so confused with regards to why is she sick all the time, and why don't I know how to help her heal. And she when it comes to sickness, just to give you a little bit more context, it was always strep throat infections, and they would come back every 2 to 3 weeks. So I was really scared as a new mom. Obviously, I felt super guilty because everybody around me kept telling me, she's too little for daycare. Why are you doing this to her? It's your fault. It's, you can, you should take her out of there. And it wasn't fun. It wasn't something that I now remember retrospectively with a lot of good feelings and emotion. However, something in my gut, something in my intuition told me that there is much more to the story than just feeling guilty or just taking her out of daycare. I felt like something is going on in her with her immune system, because it didn't make any sense to me how a healthy child, because she was very healthy for the first year of her life, but how is it that once she's placed in an environment with other kids where obviously there is exposure to bacteria and things that we're all exposed to, how to cope, and her body was struggling. Obviously I went to a lot of doctors, and we even spent hours upon hours in emergency rooms, and no one could ever tell us what was going on. The protocol that they would follow is using antibiotics, which again intuitively didn't seem uh, as a satisfying answer and just a satisfying approach with regards to how to heal and help my daughter feel better. And so that led me into the world of nutrition, and just I became very curious about holistic health and how to how to use different modalities of healing in order to help her, and also help us, new parents. And so I've learned so much about just, natural ways of healing and the right foods to feed her in order to help her body heal faster. And it was fascinating and worked so well that people started asking me, like even the daycare teacher, I remember at some point saying, how is it that your daughter used to be sick all the time, now she barely misses days of daycare and school? And it got me feeling really good about myself, and I just felt so passionate about this information, and I really wanted to share it with other moms so that this whole experience of raising children becomes much easier and more satisfying. Then so Health Begins with Mom started 8 years ago, and then came my second daughter. My second daughter came in 2011, and she was a very, very high-spirited child, very intuitive. That's the baby who cried all the time, and I did not know what to do. I was super frustrated, super stressed. And then when she grew, I saw that this girl is so difficult to feed. So this is when all the baggage with regards to picky eating and just learning how to manage my own emotions, my emotional state, my emotional well-being. That's where I learned a lot about parenting, and a lot about just emotional healing, and obviously. It was sort of like an addition to the picture of holistic health, and it sort of evolved for me more and more. And then my third baby, when she came into the picture, I felt pretty I felt pretty good about myself. I felt like I sort of know what I'm doing, and it sort of evolved and grew, and now I basically help moms in particular, to feel really good about feeding their children. So I always say that, when you go the healthy route, when you really want to bring the message of health into your home, it has to be done in a mindful, practical, but also sustainable way. It is not about only shoving that one broccoli down their throats, or, feeding them healthfully all the time and avoiding certain foods or not including these, particular foods, to the point that eating and feeding becomes not fun anymore. It becomes like this chore. It becomes a task that is not enjoyable. And food is supposed to be something that is fun, that is pleasurable. Food is supposed to be something that we do socially. We do as a family. Food is supposed to be something fun that we do together as a family. And I see so many families that come to me that struggle with this relationship that they have with food. So I get a lot of moms who call me because they need help with their picky eaters. They themselves might be struggling with emotional eating. I get moms who ask me a lot of questions about what should they do if their kids either eat too little or eat too much, and just in general, this feeling of, I can't do this. I feel guilty all the time. I have no idea how to just feed this child. He doesn't eat. He or she resists everything I do. I'm not good enough as a mom. I don't do enough things. I fail. I keep doing the wrong things, and I'm failing my child. I don't feel competent and confident as a mother. I'm so scared. And all of this emotional baggage comes out in my coaching calls with moms, and we basically, I together, in this process of coaching one-on-one, we basically help to release that emotional baggage and allow you to bring back the ease and the flow into your relationship with food first, and then help you with the tools and the strategies and the support to help you bring that into your kids and introduce food in a way that is enjoyable and fun and loving to your kids. Because one of the things that I truly, truly believe in is that we must learn how to feed with love and good sense. And this is what my goal for you and for your family is. So I'm so, so happy to have you as a part of this community. I wanted to share some of the resources that are available for you on this website, in this world of Health Begins with Mom. So number one is the Health Begins with Mom podcast. This is a fairly new project that I launched earlier this year. It was launched in June of 2017, and this is basically an audio show where you can download it to your phone. You can download it through the podcast app if you have an iPhone, or you can download an app called Stitcher through Google Apps or Google Play and listen in. So you would go to the search bar and you would type in Health Begins with Mom, and you can subscribe to the show and listen. I release a fresh new episode every week, and this is where I talk about things, from the world of health. I can share some of I share some of my own insights of things that I've learned, and I also bring guests from the world of nutrition. For the most part, they are moms themselves, and they can help us to with advice or maybe some tips with things that they've tried that worked or maybe didn't work in their own lives. And it's sort of like a conversation between two women who are passionate about health and are learning and growing together. So I really encourage you to join in the conversation, subscribe to the show, and just follow us and learn together with us. Thing number two, resource number two, is my mailing list. I really encourage you. Maybe you're seeing this video because you have joined my mailing list, and if you didn't already sign up to my email list, I encourage you to do so, because this is where you will learn firsthand about events coming up, live events, online events, Facebook lives that I do, different trainings that I do. All of that you will be the first to know if you join my mailing list. Resource number 3 is the Health Begins with Mom Village, which is our closed and private Facebook group. I encourage you to join us. You will find a link below, probably this video or somewhere on my website. Join us. This is where we as moms, this is where we share, this is where we ask questions, this is where we participate, share some of our own insights, share some of our own concerns. This is where I post Facebook Lives with maybe recipes or some tips and resources almost on a daily basis. So I would love for you to join the conversation. I would love for you to be a part of this community. And the last thing I want is for you to feel like you are alone in this. I don't want you to seclude yourself. I don't want you to be like the woman that I was when I just became a mom. I want you to really feel the fulfillment that comes with motherhood, because it is a very fulfillment job. It is, yes, it is the hardest job you will ever love and do, but it is very rewarding, and it is going to be even more rewarding if you have the right mindset and the right sort of approach to it. And that's why I believe that we all in this together, and we need each other, right? I've gone through what I've gone through so that maybe one day I can connect with you and help you figure this thing out. Okay, so do not hesitate to join in, follow me on social media. You are very welcome to send me a private message either through Facebook, or you can always email me. You can find me at Dorit at healthbeginswithmom.com. I am very approachable. I love connecting with you, and please feel free. And that's it. Oh, and I wanted to offer you, I offer a new, I offer a complimentary call for all new members. So, and if we've never connected before, I welcome. I would love to talk to you on the phone, one-on-one. It's totally free. It's called a complimentary call. If you are interested, it's a 30-minute call. So if there is something that is really bothering you, I would love to connect with you. I would love to share some of my own experience, some of my own insights, and I can maybe even suggest some of the resources that you should check out in the future. So please feel free to reach out. There's probably going to be a link down below this video to book this complimentary call with me. It is going to be done through my online calendar, so you can pick the date and time that works best for you, and I would love to connect with you. Anyways, I hope this video helps you, and I'll see you in the virtual world. Bye guys.